Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artists Frank and Krista LaNatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, Lord L, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show.
Welcome back, everyone, for another installment of the Ultimate Fan Cast. We definitely have an Ultimate Fan backstage right now, and I'm so honored to have him on stage. People may know him as Reptiphibian or AJ, but also commonly seeing his crazy wood-burning arts. So definitely want to welcome to the stage, AJ. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
We're gonna have applause. We'll put some
Yeah,
applause.
we'll all be official.
Like we'll have like one of those buttons where we hit like, and it'll have like
We'll get a soundboard.
And yeah, we need
It's
all
gonna
that
be
work.
epic.
Someday it's gonna be epic.
Someday. What's up?
Today is Sunday. So
Yes, welcome.
So you mentioned it in the introduction about your wood burning. Like, what's the story behind that?
I started doing it 8-9 years ago, and it was because my grandfather made stuff and my uncle makes stuff, and I can't make things out of wood. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to try and, do images on wood and make plaques and coasters. And I started it with benches, actually. Like, I had live edge 4-foot pieces, and I'd throw some 2x4 legs on them and then put on whatever people wanted. And it would be, I think I have one. It was U.S. Marines, the shield and everything on there. And that turned out really cool. There's just live edge pieces because I worked at a smokehouse for bologna. So I just got free wood and started burning on it.
Nice. Very nice. Now I'm showing on the screen some of the stuff that you've done here for your Battle Bunnies, and
yeah, now it's progressed. Once the NFT world came to us, we found this, and holy cow, the Battle Bunnies are perfect for it. And just everything all the new school type looking NFTs, they just lend themselves so perfectly to the wood.
Now, do you hand draw all this onto the wood, and then, or do you doing it with?
It's kind of like tattooing. So I take the wood and I put some graphite paper down, and I trace the whole picture onto it, and then I do the wood burnings with a soldering tool, and then color it with colored pencil or acrylic paint pens, depending on what I'm filling in, and then I just throw a layer of epoxy on top and seal them up. I torch the edges, like those coasters. Those are torched around the edges. Just kind of gives it some depth.
Yeah. And I was going to say that too. You definitely are an Ultimate Fan. You just you jumped in, being a community member, man. And how does it feel to actually be giving away prizes from other NFTs?
Oh my God, we dove in. We dove in December. We dove in December, and I was just like, these guys are freaking awesome. So I'm gonna make some coasters and send them off and see if anybody likes them, and let them just appreciate them. And then they started hitting me up saying, hey, can you make some of these for this wheel or these for that wheel? And here I am.
Yeah, man. I know I've won personally some off the wheel as well, which I get to get them from you personally in Richmond. So I'm super stoked today.
You have the Jokers?
Yes, yeah.
Or the round ones. I think you have the round ones coming. I think you have the round DPS ones coming to you, the poker chips.
Either way, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to. Not only do I get them in this Web3, but I get to actually get them from the artist himself.
Yeah, that was fun. They're so much fun, and it's crazy too because I jumped in for a tattoo, and now here I am making prizes and doing podcasts, which is kind of weird.
Take us back to that. Like, this was, you said back in December is when you kind of discovered the Battle Bunnies community.
Yeah.
Take us back to the kind of, what is that, 10 months ago?
Man. I jumped into NFTs and Web3 because Jesse Smith said, I'm retiring in March. And I said, well, damn, I need to get a tattoo. So I dove into Carcaeus head first, and I scooped up all the tat coins, and I got the tattoo. But in the process of it, I don't even know how or who brought me in or where I found the Battle Bunnies. I think it was one of the OG trifecta spaces. So back when it was the trifecta, and I was listening in and just kind of saw the art, and I was like, wow, this is freaking cool. Let's go see what this is about. And in the process, ended up being, jumping in head first there too, and running through the prizes and contests and this and that, and I fell down the rabbit hole. It fell hard. Oh yeah,
you've definitely been making a wave in this space.
That's where I've seen you.
Yeah, and now you've we got
AJ wins everything. Can I say that throughout the whole show? AJ wins everything. AJ wins everything.
We believe it or not, we won 4 of the 6 classes, and the Valkyrie that we got was gifted to us, and then the Spartan was a real nice scoop the other week, or I guess a month ago, and everything else has been just kind of crazy.
Yeah, and by saying we, you mean you and your wife, right? Your wife.
Yeah, me, my wife, and my daughter. We're not. It's not. I'm in the NFT space or Web3 or the Battle Bunnies. It's definitely a we, because I came in, I started talking NFTs, and my wife was like, "What the heck are you talking about? I need to figure it out." So she jumped into Battle Bunnies because Carcaeus was kind of confusing at first. So she was like, "All right, well, we're gonna jump into Battle Bunnies because I really like the bunnies." So I was like, "That's, you do you. We'll figure it out. We'll run with this together." So now we're just kind of hanging out all the time and getting to know everybody and enjoying everything.
And you mentioned
we do drink and draw Friday nights every Friday, no matter where we're at. We'll do it. We'll drive down the road and we'll just listen in, and my daughter will sit there and watch Frank draw and hang out. We'll put it on the TV sometimes too.
Wow. Yeah, I wish I could get my family as interested in the Battle Bunnies. My youngest, he's 14, and Asher, has jumped in. He started playing the rabbit hole game and stuff like that. So, but we have 5 kids, so 1 out of 5 is so far very interested. The other 4 are kind of like, I don't know about this yet, but I think as they see the world expand and things, move into other areas, like the trading card game, and if we ever get into animation or movies or stuff like that, they'll be definitely all over that. So, like, it's great that your daughter's a fan. Does she have a favorite, or like, is there some collection that she likes of yours or others?
She just likes the bunnies. She likes really anything Battle Bunnies. She was upset because we have the Valkyrie egg, the Light Dragon Valkyrie egg that never hatched. And she was like, I wanted it to hatch. I said, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we were kind of in a spot where we couldn't really mint any of them. So we were just kind of hanging out. We had this one that was airdropped. So we just watched and hung out in all the birthday parties and kept hoping. And then it turned out unhatchable. She's, oh man. I said, well,
and you were like,
maybe yeah, I'm sitting there going, yes, it comes with a card. It comes with this. It's awesome.
The price is
it was
the beholder, right, AJ? And for us watching you get an unhatchable, they're one of the holy grails. So for us to think that, we're like, that is one nice piece.
One egg the whole time, didn't hatch, and it didn't hatch at the end, and it was unhatchable. She goes, man, I wanted a dragon. And so we'll get one eventually, and then when the dark dragons started coming, and my wife was like, well, I think we can do that. I think we can do, if they put them in spaces, in enough space and ways, we could do that. So first one hasn't hatched and the second one's unhatchable.
Wow.
Like,
That's
AJ
awesome.
is lucky. Like he's got like
Yeah,
he's got the golden touch with the unhatchables. Like that's awesome.
yeah, the
Like,
first one, the first frost, the Snowflake Valley one hasn't hatched yet. It's either, I guess, what Frank said from what I've been hearing, it's either mythic or the new breed or a mythic new breed or something like that. And the other one's just unhatchable. So I guess we'll wait and see what the next one brings.
Yeah,
But I did win a baby dragon. I did win one from a raffle the other week. So we at least got a dragon.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's great.
We're obviously just feeling it out in the last space. We're all talking over each other, and now we're like waiting for our.
Now we're being nice.
Now we're trying to be nice to each other, but you're usually just like jumping all over each other, asking questions and stuff like that. So
We're excited. I've never seen you face to face. It's awesome. We're all Ultimate fans, also. You know, of each other. And it's just, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And one thing we do like to do in here is, we like to get into character. So, we like to ask our guest what character would they like to be, or if they already have a character in the TCGs or in the novel, like, what character strikes out to you the most? Are you going to delve into the book side of the Battle Bunnies and the TCG, or?
What do you mean?
So,
like
if
what side do I fall on?
Yeah, well, in the Battle Bunnies, right? Obviously, we like to choose our class, we choose our side, but we also get a backstory for some of the bunnies that we hold, or one of the dragons we hold. Have you yet to do that?
I haven't. I'm not creative. I'm just not. I look at everybody's stories and I'm like, man, mine would be like, this is so and so. They do this. And that's about it.
You'd be surprised. I'm sure you do have more of a creativeness about you that you just don't understand, because obviously you definitely
saw your artwork. You're creative. We saw
I think we named our Valkyrie Fiona Flufflekins.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
So after that, that's about as far as we got.
Well, now you just gotta go through that form that John created, or the Food Fight Studios folks created, that just ask you some.
Oh yeah.
That's an actually pretty good way. That's what John gave me, and I've done that through a couple of them, because my first one I tried to do it like you, like all by myself, like just thinking like, what would I name this person, and I wrote this story about Kamara, and then when I asked John, I was like, hey, will you read this and take a look at this and see what you think? He's like, oh man, this is so creative. He's like, it doesn't match with the lore. And I was like, oh. Well, I guess I was so creative, I created my own like new space inside of the Battle Bunnies world. That's
I've created my own stories behind the scenes with Battle Bunnies too, so it's all good.
Yeah, we just got. I mean, that's the great thing, is they give us some freedom on some of that stuff, like But yeah, I mean, you need to get Fiona Flufflekins into the Grimoire.
I do.
So it's posted, and like someday, like when, like let's say they're putting together the TCG game and they're doing Valkyries, Fiona could become a TCG card in that, and as you're sitting around the table playing with your daughter and your wife and friends and family, like you can pull a Fiona Flufflekins and you're like, this is a cool art. I created that. That's what I love about this. Like, I mean, is there's that potential. Like you don't have that potential with a Pokemon or
it goes to show too, Brian, though, mate, is you don't have to be in every part of the Battle Bunnies to be an ultimate fan. There is something for every single person within it. Whether it's a family event where you watch the Friday nights, or is it, if it's the art itself, it's the collecting. Is we appreciate, and obviously being a community member myself, and I appreciate you being a part of this, and we get to hang out with you. I know like some mornings we definitely muck around in Discord, and just to get our chats up, but that's but being a part of, you know, the Battle Bunnies, being a part of Web3, you know, it's so different to every single person. So like we all have a different experience. We're all in it for a different reason, you know, and keeping up with everything that's going on is almost impossible, you know, in this space. So you just take what you can handle, you know, you grab whatever you can hold on to, because there is literally so much to go on.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we've had a busy year, but it's been a great escape to get into the world of Battle Bunnies, DPS, Carcaeus, just Web3 in general. We just we jump in and we escape every Friday night or whenever the spaces come on. And it gives me something to listen to on the way to work on the different spaces on Wednesdays and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely been a changer. It's a good relaxation spot.
Or you get stressed out when you're trying to figure out like the latest clues from the mysterious stranger.
That was so easy too. So easy. It was so easy.
We got to tell everybody the story about that. Like,
oh my gosh. You know, I went the Star Wars route. I went the whole Star Wars Princess Leia hologram route. You know, who are you and what are you seeking help? And you could ask Frank. I was really deep in that one, and it was so simple.
To explain to the viewers, over many weeks, they dripped out some clues that were hidden inside the email newsletter. And was there some spaces and stuff like that, or drink and draws where maybe some stuff was? I can't.
No, it was all the newsletters. It was all in the newsletters.
Okay,
yeah.
That's right. So, so they dripped out these clues, and AJ and myself were, you know, obviously overthinking it, you know, like trying to translate, like there was this one picture of like the shield and it had some names on it. Like I was new to the Battle Bunnies when all this stuff started. So I was like trying to figure out like, okay, who is this person?
Who are you?
Yeah. And just went
and it was as simple as asking if you're a friend or foe.
Yeah, it came down to the fact that that they were actually a friend, and that was the answer. And that it was like crazy, like the detail that we went to. But did you guys do that, BBS or Luke? Did you guys get into that?
Was that the mysterious stranger? Was that like an X post also? Like what?
Yeah. It was the Twitter. Okay. It was the Twitter messages that they would send if we figured out the clue inside the newsletter and then sent you know the DM to the mysterious stranger.
You just send a voice message to the mysterious stranger, and then you get something back. And then the next one was a Twitter post or an X post, and then you'd answer that one with another voice message, and then you get something back. And then the last one was again on the in the newsletter, and the last one just I think we went way out in left field looking for that one for a couple of days at least.
I blame it on the mysterious stranger because these were all personalized voice messages from the mysterious stranger that referenced things like, you know, that specifically to me and what I was doing in the community. So I would go off on these tangents based on the things they were saying.
I was devastated because I heard it being like an email, like they Battle Bunnies sent an email out, and I didn't see the email. Which then I had the FOMO, like I was so devastated though, because 2 days after the fact, and I was like, oh man, like I'm usually onto all that stuff, but I missed the email, then I missed it was definitely awesome, man, though. It was definitely.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I blame Frank and Krista for their storytelling for the way I went. I went way off in a story of my own. And I was trying I went too far. I went further than we needed to back then. So maybe I'm ahead. I don't know. You know, might be steps ahead.
Are you holding back this time now that we're in the Dark Dragons and we're getting dripped out little pieces of clues from that? Or you know? because I've already translated all the characters
It's-
that they shared from the Japanese.
Everything they put in there has been translated and put in order, and at this point, I'm trying to hold off on it. I don't want to go too far.
Yeah, you learned your lesson. Yeah, me too.
Yep.
But it's fun. I mean, that's the thing I love about
Oh,
our
yeah.
community is that they do those kind of special things. I mean, like they make it interesting. They keep it interesting for the people that want to do that kind of stuff. If you're into like solving like escape room type puzzles and stuff like that, like AJ and I were obviously we're thinking that way. Like this is an escape room. Like, let's figure out the combination.
Well,
I think we both went. I think we both went like a couple steps further than we actually had to before you figured it out.
Yeah. They told us to back like that we were doing it wrong.
Yep. Frank was like, "I love the story you've got, but dumb it down." I was like, "Oh shit." That's right.
I'd already sent off the winning.
Oh yeah, no. I think I was like 5 days behind you on that one.
Well, yeah, I had sent them enough answers that eventually one of them had to be correct.
I sent so many answers, and then I was like, "Wait, everything else has been whispers." And then I sent it, and they're like, "Yeah, we picked someone else." Son of a gun.
Yeah. Long live the fluff.
What was the prize for that? What was the prize for that?
What was the prize for that?
What was the prize for that? Here,
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's see it.
Here, let's move the camera.
Which one, Brian? Come on.
It's the one in the upper left. It's the general. It's the
Oh, there
The
it is.
samurai.
general.
Yeah, we were both wanting to get the samurai general. That was what. Hopefully, that doesn't make anybody sick that I moved the camera, but yeah, it was the samurai.
Yep.
It was worth it.
It's an awesome piece that was. Goodness.
One of a kind, right? One of one who Aaron owns. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm just excited to see one of your wood burnings in person too. And I'm saying this again, but I'm just so like having a chance to win it, and being that it took me like maybe even like 6 months to work out that Reptiphibian and AJ were all like the same. There's so many times I'd have a conversation with you in the car chaos, and I'd be like talking to you, and then I'd roll over there and I'd talk to you, and I didn't even click that they were the same.
I think people are still trying to figure it out. Lord Galaban tonight didn't realize that Reptiphibian was AJ, and AJ's wife was Reptiphibian's wife. So
why do they call you Reptiphibian?
With the picture there, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
That is a plain-bellied water snake. Actually, the first time I found one.
Oh wow!
And
you go
use
out
the.
these guys.
I go out looking for them all the time. That trip, we actually the big targets we were looking for were actually cottonmouths. We found a bunch of them and just didn't get close enough, obviously, but they also weren't close enough for us to get good pictures. But the Battle Bunnies hat came in handy. It calmed that one down and got it into that post. So I've posed a couple snakes up with the Battle Bunnies hat because I take that one out when I go herping.
Nice. Yeah, you got the camo version, which is awesome. So do these snakes, do you know ahead of time whether or not they're poisonous? I'm sure you do. Like you gotta.
Well, let me be a smart aleck and say no snake is actually poisonous.
See, that's how dumb I am.
So poison is injected, or poison is ingested. So you have to eat it, and venom is injected.
Yeah, no. Okay.
But
venomous.
But yeah, locally we only have. I mean, I'd say within 6 hours of home, we have 4 species of venomous. The timber rattlesnakes, the copperheads, the cottonmouths, and technically Massasauga rattlesnakes, which are a different species of rattlesnake, but they're very seldomly seen in the area that they inhabit. But yeah, no, we go out looking specifically, and we know I go at that trip. I was with 7 other guys, and we hiked around Virginia Beach for 3 days looking for cottonmouths and mud snakes and water snakes and everything. So we know what's. I've been studying reptiles and amphibians for quite a while. I've been interested in them for my life, but I've only really been doing this, going out looking for them like this for like 4 or 5 years. So, but in those 4 or 5 years, it's been crazy on what we've found. I mean, the mud snake, which was on that trip, and I've shared pictures of the mud snake. It's the black and red one. Is actually a really, really elusive snake because it lives in mud bogs and swamps. So it's very underground. It inhabits the ground and eats like sirens and other salamanders like that. So you don't really see them too often. But we found that baby one that on that trip, and it was like the holy grail of the trip, to be honest. So it was the last quarter mile of our 30 plus miles of hiking.
Oh wow!
And then we could talk forever. I would talk forever on snakes, man. I want to go.
You could, yeah. If you had your own podcast about snakes, I would definitely. And I like a different animal, but that's fine. I would definitely tune in and listen because I can hear that. Like, so here's the thing that connects this to Battle Bunnies. I can hear your passion with each thing. Like when you're talking about you're hanging out with your wife and your daughter and you're like watching the drink and draw. It's close. It's not as good. This is your passion of snakes, right? It's close.
Absolutely.
Like I can see it's like it's getting there. Like snakes might be here. So it's like we're creeping up. We're creeping up.
Oh yeah.
Right
Oh
here.
yeah.
And I can hear both of that like enthusiasm behind you. And I think
I put
awesome.
my Battle Bunnies stickers.
Yeah, stickers, and like when you pop in the Discord and you're like, hey, look at this snake that I found, or this is something that I'm excited about. We're like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, and you just happen to walk past this.
Like having
thank you for sharing
that stuff in the Discord. People like me wouldn't want to go that close to one in real life. So I want to see them up close now, and I want to see my friends talk about it.
I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Australia and find them. Man, you guys got the good ones.
If you do come, I'll definitely
together and do that.
It might be from a distance, but I'll definitely.
You guys got the good ones out there.
Yeah, he'll drop you off in the bush, and you can go discover all the things that are trying to kill you in the bush.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I love finding them. I love looking for them. You guys say, oh, you just came across that. It's the one that I found on Friday. We walked about 2 miles and lifted up about 100 plus railroad ties. And then it was like the last stretch. Me and my friend, we were out there and we were exhausted. I mean, we were flipping railroad ties just left and right. And we got to a little clearing and we decided, you know what? We're going to leave this spot. And we're going to go to another spot. So let's just kind of walk around here a little bit. And we walked around the entire clearing. It was a decent size. And we saw a board. And we were like, well, might as well flip it. So we lifted it and looked, and we saw that red and white, and we were just we both fell to the ground. We're like, no way, we just found that, because it's one of the most elusive and rare snakes in New Jersey.
And what do you do?
Yeah,
you say, like
you say just find them. I just take pictures.
You just take pictures.
I love just trying to get the best pictures that I can. And that's why I have this phone. This phone has the camera, so I use the camera on this thing all the time.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Are there any out there that you're looking for? Like you haven't found it yet, but you know what's in the area?
Locally, I'm still looking for a rainbow snake, and I'm really mad about the Virginia trip because we found a rainbow snake, a good, real nice, full grown, probably about 4 feet, healthy looking snake, except for its face, dead on the side of the road. And the main target for that trip was rainbow snakes and cottonmouths. And we found both of them technically, but the rainbow snake was dead on the road, and we believe that it died due to snake fungal disease because its face was all lesioned up and kind of necrotic. So, and the lady that owned the house said it was alive like 2 days before. It was hanging out in her bushes, just moving back and forth. So we were very. I almost cried. I'll admit it. I almost cried when I saw it, but
That is passion.
that's the one. That's the one close snake that I'm dying to find because they're just gorgeous.
Well, with your luck and with your love of reptilians, I can't wait. I honestly wait for you to get a one-of-one from Frank or Krista, and what you get. Like, what would you get? Super excited to see what. Yeah, man. Like, what would you get? What would you get Frank to draw if you could draw something to interject into the Battle Bunnies, into the lore? Any backdrop or any backstory? What would
I have only ever said anything to Frank about this, but the one night I'm sleeping and I had a dream, super vivid. I don't know why, of a sort of crocodilian humanoid in, say, the Mystic Myrr, the swamp, with and I'm super accident prone, so for some reason it had like a broken arm and an IV bag hanging next to it, but like it was in the Frank LaNatra style in my dream. So I feel like I would have to do, if I was going to get any one-of-one from Frank, it would have to be that, because it just in the dream, and like I said, I have no idea why it happened or where it came from, but I woke up and I was like, I gotta put this in words. I gotta write this down because I remembered it so vividly that it was just it was kind of like in a Knarf the Mad stance too, and just kind of standing in a swamp that was filled with all different critters, turtles, frogs, toads, etc. But like the main figure was this crocodilian humanoid figure for some reason with an IV bag. I'm not sure why. Like I said, I have no idea why, but it was so vividly Frank LaNatra styled that I had to say something to him. So he's the only one that's actually heard. Now everybody's heard it, but
everyone. Yeah, everybody can, and we're gonna be waiting for it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
You are you're a massive fan of reptiles. Do you reckon that the dragons speak more to you than the bunnies themselves, or do you still class them in the same? Like, how does that work? Because obviously, the closest thing in the Battle Bunnies so far would be dragons to a reptile, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just love the art. Like, it doesn't matter what comes out. The squirrels are freaking awesome.
I am, so it must be one of you guys.
Let's mute Phil.
I'm interested to see what what does
me if you'd like
with the rest of the series too, and it'd be cool if you are listening, Frank. We would love to see some reptiles, man. Like, they've probably already got it all sorted from end to toe, but I know with his crazy minds, and with his crazy art style. Like you said, any art that he produces or that Krista produces is epic on its own. But if you're listening, man, we'd love to see some more reptiles.
Yeah, more than Ramona. Ramona was the only one in that actually had a name in the book, right? Like Ramona was the snake. Am I right on that? Yeah, and we haven't seen a drawing of her other than like I think there was like one of the sketches, but it wasn't like full layers and all that stuff in the book. But
and there is a snake. There is a snake drawing somewhere. I don't remember. I think it's one of the Prestige, right?
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was.
I think it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a snake on one of the Prestige tokens. So I mean, no, it's a purple snake or something like that.
I know it's so crazy, the art itself, because the Hooligan that you acquired off me, Brian. It took me a real while to realize that was Max the Dragon on the Grinch's back. Like I was so focalized on the Grinch itself, and then didn't realize it was Max on the back. So it's like there's so much into the detail that even me calling myself an ultimate fan, don't see.
You missed that one. Yeah,
I
mean, there's so much. I mean, there's so much to this universe. It's like
I love that.
Yeah, you missed out on Max.
You missed on that one. Can't have it back. No.
Yeah, I mean that's what I love. It's like if Frank and Krista want to expand like the universe, they could. You know, they obviously a cider drinking snake. Could talk. You know, could have a. You know, could have the bag. You know, like in the broken arm, could be a 1-of-1 at some point.
Either
like,
bag.
possibilities. Yeah. You know,
I don't know.
when you were describing like thing, I was thinking, oh, definitely he would probably have like a snake charmer type of, you know, shaman or something like that, or sorcerer, somebody that, like you said, in the Mystic Myrr, something like that, you know, has the ability to control the snakes, and that would totally be your 1-of-1 in my head. But
I mean, like I said, I'm super accident prone, so that's probably where the IV bag came from. But like, I've never actually had one. I don't think. I don't remember, but I mean, you know, it could be like a cane or something, like a walking stick or something like that. But because I go out hiking looking for them, so.
I'd love to see Frank paint it like mid slip or something. That'd be pretty sick.
I was trying to see if I could find.
Well, Grace's ship is the Blackbird Spider, and Ivan, who I haven't written up his character history, he's a Spartan. He's gonna use spiders, so I may do something with snakes also too. Like, so it hasn't been written. You could write it, right? And then there's a rumor of a book 2 and a book 3 coming, right? So if you were to write one of your characters is one with snakes, then you know it could probably wind up. I don't know.
Ooh.
You know, it's a creative way to weave in snakes into your character, any character, and give birth to that. I mean, that would be awesome.
Well, what class?
You know, and you know so much about it, like you could just add that into the history of each snake. Sorry.
I swear there was a snake pog. Where'd it go? Now you got me looking, and I'm sitting here on. Yeah. I'm sitting here on mobile trying to find it. Yeah. I can't see you guys.
Yeah, your screen. You have your screen is paused. Like
you're really focused.
Yeah, you're very, very focused.
Very serious.
We can still hear you, which is great.
There you go.
Sorry.
Like,
I swear it's in there. I just froze there.
Well, I know I've seen the snake before in the game because, like, when we
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's definitely a snake that they use, but I can't find the graphic.
Well, there was.
Snake. Oh, here.
There was a snake in the first book. I don't remember what happened. Need to listen again.
Yeah, it's.
I like the way you added listen because that's how I was doing it too right now. On the audio.
I mean, I don't like to sit and read. I fall asleep, so.
I don't mind reading. I'm just having trouble of comprehending the awesome story. But when you hear it getting played out, it's so much better.
That's
I've listened to it a couple of times, and I've read it, and I pick up something different each time I do.
Yeah.
I think I've listened to it at least twice. Gives me something to listen to at work.
Yeah. I reckon on the comment now, Frank will be
when I actually work.
Well, I think we're getting close on time. We're at that 38-minute mark. I want to be respectful of your time. And before we go, though, I always, want to, like, if you were talking to somebody who like you back in December doesn't know anything about the Battle Bunnies, like you just, they just discovered us, like what would you share? Like what would be the thing that you want somebody to to remember about the Battle Bunnies that might get them interested if they're newbie?
It's funny that you asked that because I took a 6-hour drive to Virginia Beach with a friend of mine who's actually been into cryptocurrency and NFTs for a while before I even found it. And I had no idea. Him and I go out looking for snakes all the time. We hike and but we were talking about it on the way down, and I think he joined the Discord, but I don't remember. But he's been into buying land, like crypto land or pieces of it, and investing and stuff. But I mean, it's the community of it is really where I start. I start with, you know, the art's really cool and it's awesome. I love the art, but it comes down to I stick around for the community of it and just to see what's happening next. I mean, if it wasn't for the people being who they are and how they are, NFTs wouldn't be as much of an interest, if that makes sense.
100% agree, man.
You know, because I jumped in thinking, all right, well, cool, it's digital, so it's digital art. What am I going to do with that? But once you dive in and you just start going head first and you start talking to people, it's not just JPEGs. You know, yeah, it's JPEGs, but it's not just JPEGs. It's people. I mean, we're sitting here on a podcast. Like, I didn't see this coming, but it's cool.
I was like, well,
We didn't see this coming either. I know my stuff.
Well
Your
said,
GIF
man.
game is off the hook, by the way. If I can inject that, your ability to sense the mood and the next direction with a GIF is hands down the best. And if there was an award for that, I think you would definitely get it. Because every time I see a GIF from you, I'm like, that is hilarious. And then next one is even like Frank's good at too. Like, both of you guys like going back and forth.
We have full conversations with no words. We do. We'll have like an hour of just GIFs back and forth, and we will say nothing in between. And then at the end of it, good talk, and then we're good. We go on our way. But it's entirely in GIFs.
Nice.
It's fun. I love it. It's so much fun.
We love watching it.
You said that, I mean, I love it that you pointed out the community, and this hasn't been announced, but we're actually behind the scenes working on a fan awards for the community. And who knows, there might be an award for ultimate GIFer or GIFer in the community. I mean, that could come out in the Binky Awards. You know, that you could win a Binky. I mean, like you could have that Binky displayed on your shelf. And,
I'll put it with the cards and books and everything.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
get a bigger shelf.
And you get other, you know, there are other awards. So we are in the process of coming up with the Binky Awards, which, you know, more information to come about that soon. We've got to get the podcast and the video and the show released.
Yeah, none of these have been released yet. So yeah.
So
I know I keep checking.
So yeah, it's coming out very soon, and we expect in the next week or two that these will actually be released to the community, and then we can start talking about some of these other things. But the fan awards we're going to do annually. So somebody could knock you off your throne if you win the ultimate gift in the community award this year. Like, you got to keep your game going next year, because when you do the Binkies again, you know, or you could be like the Emmys. You could be a 2-time Binky Award winner, you know, in a category.
The gifts are just too much fun, so I don't think I'm stopping anytime soon. Way too much fun.
Good.
Too much fun to express yourself in pictures. But no, this is awesome. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your day and coming and joining us. Guys, do you have any closing thoughts for AJ or anything you want to say before we say goodbye to him?
Yeah, man. I was going to say, man, the fact that you're taking the time to in your car at the front of work or at the job site just shows how much of an ultimate fan you are. You know, just like the rest of us, we have the same interests, the same goals, and you know, we're excited to have you here, and we can't wait to have you back again in the future to see where we're at, because you know, who knows what's going to happen in the next 12 months or even 12 days in Discord. We are miles. So, man, thanks again, bro. Thank you for coming. I'm sure we'll see you in Discord and probably in like 10 minutes, even though you're still at work.
Yeah, I gotta put my coveralls on and at least, you know, show myself up there. But yeah,
Thanks,
I'll be in Discord.
Well, great.
Thank
Thanks,
you
AJ.
so much.
Yeah, we really
Thanks for having me. This was fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, awesome. We look forward to it. Well, thanks. All
Well,
right.
okay, so you heard it there, folks. Right then, ending statements about the community, and we are ultimate fans here, and everyone listening, I'm going to call you an ultimate fan anyway because you're listening, and we're at the early stages of our fan space. So if you want to be involved, you want to get involved, flick us a DM, flick us an email, jump up. We'd love to have you up and hear your experiences and what you've shared and over this next 12 months to what you've had in the last 12 months.
Anything else?
I really enjoyed how AJ and his family have come into this community and have really embraced the Battle Bunnies, and I love that he's found a way to share NFTs in a digital world and compare that and put that into real life collectibles. I don't even want to use these, but his woodworking is fantastic, and his knowledge of reptiles are amazing. So I'm just so excited that he's been on and shared that part of it. It really is like a family community or family, and I can't say enough good things about him. So happy that he was on. I can't wait for the next time.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, that's another show, guys. This was fun. I love meeting all the community members. I can't wait to have more people on the show and to meet those out there listening. So yeah, this is still, very early. And we are going to be recording lots of these. So there'll be lots of opportunities for people inside the community who are fans to come join us, whether you're, just getting started here or you've been around for, 10 months to 2 years, 3 years, we like talking to everybody inside the community. So this is exciting for us to have AJ on and others. So yeah, that's all I got for this week.
You're a non-holder. You hold 100, man. We want to hear, want to see, because not everyone can have the money to buy one, but we do want to be a part of it and to build our community bigger and stronger and better every single day, which we do. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see y'all next week or even tomorrow. Who knows when the next one's going to be dropped?
Awesome. Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, Lord L, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where ultimate fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today, like X, Facebook, or Instagram, and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag #UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.